What's up, y'all? It's Knowledge. Welcome to Brews and Reviews. And today I'm counting down the top 5 hip-hop verses of the year, lyrically. And I am sipping on a Kona Brewing Company Hanalei Island IPA. That's a 4.5% Island IPA. This beer has a lot of character. So let's get into these lyrics that have a lot of depth. There's lyrics and then there's flow. The two different sides of being a skilled MC in this rap game. Some people have both. Some people have one or the other, and some people have none at all. It's very interesting that there's a lot of MCs that are on both of my lists. Check for my flows next, but I'm counting down the lyrics first, so let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5 is KAAN, Someone. He's having an extremely impressive year. He's an extremely versatile MC, and this is one of his lyrical standouts. In this track, he's talking about the realization of the dream and that getting rich and successful isn't all that it's cracked up to be. He shows this with lines like, "I take the pain and compartmentalize. I told my story, the struggle minimized. I paint a picture, my vision maximized. I got some money, my problems multiplied." Mo money, mo problems. It's a different way of saying it, but KAAN is on point with his lyrical take on this subject. Coming in at number 4 is Eminem's Darkness. Don't hate on my pick. Yeah, it ends up being a little bit commercial. And yes, there were several other songs this year with this same concept. But tell me truthfully that you realized what he was talking about the first time that you heard this song. This is why I'm putting it at number 4 on the lyrics, because he leads you in a completely different direction. I actually thought the first time that I heard it that he was talking about a show and that he was talking about drinking before a show and performing for fans, and then it blows your mind with the twist at the end. And if you say that you knew exactly what he was talking about the very first time that you listened to this, then that's revisionist history. Because he definitely achieves this twist by setting you up to believe something different with lines like, "But it's only the opening act. It's early. Don't overreact. Then something told me relax and just hope for the show to be packed. Don't want to hit the stage before they hit each row to the max, because that'd be totally whack. You can't murder a show that nobody's at." Coming in at number 3 is Freddie Gibbs, Scottie Beam, where he's talking about his run-ins with police, and he's quoting Gil Scott-Heron, but putting his own twist on it. He says, "Yeah, the revolution is the genocide. Look, your execution will be televised." And that second line epitomized the footage that we saw of George Floyd's death that was right around the time that this album dropped. Freddie Gibbs was truly prophetic in putting that on his album that came out during this very dark time. And it's all the more amazing when you know that Freddie wrote this so much earlier than that footage was actually released and before the US started protesting to it. Number 2, R.A. the Rugged Man's Malice of Mammon. R.A. released a lyrically dense album this year, and he did the mass shooter thing too, just like Eminem, and that very well could have ended up on this list, but it didn't, because there was something even more lyrically powerful from R.A., and that's the Chuck D assisted Malice of Mammon, where he talks about the evils of capitalism, and he put this out way before the protests started this year. Every single line on this is a jewel of knowledge, with lines like, "We celebrate giving thanks having parades at Macy's, while we invade lands, bomb hospitals, and kill babies, mutilate human life, make hate, lie, take, rob, steal, law break, kidnap, murder, rape for the money." And if you want more evidence, there's more prophetic lines that come a little bit later. This came out in April. Number 1 is Run the Jewels, Walking in the Snow. To me, this is the theme song of the year. And LP's verse could have easily made this list, but Killer Mike's verse is just so powerful, so prophetic, so in tune with the times that it is the number 1 verse lyrically of the year. And I think when people think back about the protests and the turmoil of 2020, that they will remember this verse as a soundtrack playing in the background, because Mike has lines like this. They promise education, but really they give you tests and scores. And they predict in prison population, but who's scoring the lowest? And usually the lowest score is the poorest, and they look like me. And every day on the evening news, they feed your fear for free. And you so numb, you watch the cops choke out a man like me, until my voice goes from a shriek to whisper, I can't breathe. And you sit there in the house on couch and watch it on TV. The most you give's a Twitter rant and call it a tragedy. But truly the travesty, you've been robbed of your empathy. I had to stretch that out, give you many of his lines, but go and listen to the whole verse. It really is the theme of the year and what 2020 is all about. Thank you for watching my countdown of the best verses lyrically of the year. Next up is the flows. That'll be coming out shortly, so check for that on my channel. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you want to see more hip-hop and hops related content, subscribe to my channel. And there's also some other videos that you can click on popping up right now. And until I see you next time, keep buzzing.